Okay, hi guys. I told you that I'd give you a short video on the way that I paper piece. It's a little different than a lot of people do, but it saves a lot of fabric. It's not necessarily a best way, it's just the way I do it. So I want to show you for sure what I do and how I do it. First of all, you have to make your pattern and make sure that it is the right size. It says finished size is 6 inches, so that's from here to here. Be sure that when you print this off using your printer, your laser printer, your inkjet printer, using your inkjet printer, that you have the correct size, and you can do that on each of your own printers. Okay, so you're going to print off sections A and B for Lambada, that's last month's, and it'll work similarly for next month's. So you print them off and then you cut, leaving that dotted line so you can see that's your outside edge. The next thing you do is fold, and all of these dark lines you're going to fold on, and I fold them back and then I fold them this way because you need a nice crisp line, and you fold it on the line and back. You can take a little 3x5 card or something if you need a little more help doing that, but you want it right on the line. The next thing you're going to do is take a look at your pattern piece and see what fabric goes where. In this one, this is the B section. The light blue is number 3, and number 2 is the dark blue. And you know that 1 and 4 are both the beige pieces. So the first thing we do is we go to fabric number 1, that's this, and we're going to put it underneath your fabric, and I just come right up to the edge of that. Right side out. Yeah, all of these are what do you call it? Anyway, there's not a right or a wrong. They're batiks. So you're gonna iron this on. If this was a two-sided, where you had a right side and a wrong side, then you would make sure that the right side is out and the wrong side is to your wax paper. And this is freezer paper, and it comes in 8.5 by 11 sheets. So the next thing you're going to do, we've got this underneath here, is fold this back and cut. Use your 1/4 inch, and you're going to cut. Add a 1/4, and then you're going to turn it this way and add a 1/4. Okay, so since I went right along that edge, I don't have to trim anything off. So the next thing I need to do is go to dark blue. And the dark blue, again, since it's batik, I don't have to do much of anything with, I don't have to get a right side or a wrong side. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is getting my fabric. So what I can do is line up along this edge, and I'm going to sew right here, not through the paper, but just beside the paper. I use a 2-inch length seam, a 2-inch length stitch. Typically with paper piecing, you've got to use a 1.5 because you've got to tear the paper away. But with this, you're not ever going to tear the paper away. So if you'll notice this, as long as this pattern has fabric underneath it, you know you've got enough fabric. It's unlike the other paper piecing where you've got to hold it up and look at it and so forth. Now, you fold this out, press this with your little mini iron, turn it over, press it again, because it's not going to stick until you've got it really down well.
I can tell you.
Okay. And then the next thing is to take your cutter, and you want to cut right along this line. Now, you may want to use a ruler or something. I don't know. I've done this for so long that I don't. but you just want to go right along there. Now, when I fold this back, that's where I need to put my add a quarter ruler. So I add a quarter, cut it off. Now, you can see I've got two pieces on here. The next one is the number 3 is the light blue.
Oh, that's right, for Janice's birthday.
So you can see this point, and I keep turning my fabric a little bit. I'm gonna move this, just give that a little bit of a press. But see, that's wrong. Now you can see where this is, and that this is gonna fit right here, that's the right size. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew beside that paper, not on it, just beside it. And again, I'm using a 2.0 stitch. Okay. If you're wondering what all the noise is, I'm at a quilt or at a retreat this weekend, and my friend Amy's helping me do this. So I fold this out, press it, I come back here and press it on this side, and you want to make sure it's down so that it is really sticking. Then come over to your cutting mat, and you can do it either way. Sometimes I fold this down because that's where my add a quarter ruler goes. And then I want to be sure, and see, this already shows the 1/4 of an inch that I need to have, and then go along here. Okay, and that's trash. That's all that's trash. Then number 4 is the beige again. So I'm going to put this right here because it'll fit right there. And I'm taking it and I put it right alongside this. Then you don't have a bunch of waste. Then, well, wait a minute, I've got my foot feed wrong. And all I'm doing is sewing right beside the paper, not through it, but right beside it. And then picking it up and bringing it over here, and I'm going to fold this out. I like to fold it and press from the right side. Then I know I get my points, and press it like so. Again, when you're using batik, since there really isn't a right or a wrong side, it's a whole lot easier than when it's a fabric that has a right or a wrong side. You just don't have to think about it as much. Okay. And again, now we have to cut right along here. And then right along here, you want to be sure and keep your little lines. Okay. Okay, there is 1B quarter. Okay, now to take this off, you got to be careful because you've got some bias edges. But this is how you take it apart. And just do it easily. Then when you put the two sections together to make the whole B block, you've got your 1/4 inch edge, and put them together and sew. That's it. It's just not that hard and works easier for me. I hope it will for you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.